comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh. What's up, guys? It's MD Shady, back again with another great video. Today is a which is better video between the ECCC pops of 2020 versus 2021. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that little notification bell to be notified when future content like this video gets released. So anyways, guys, let's check it out. One thing I will mention is if you haven't watched our previous video from last year of comparing 2019 and 2020, go check that out and see who won. We will sort of be going by category like we normally do. So we have 7 different categories, and those categories are animation, DC and Marvel as one category, Disney, games, movies, television, and then miscellaneous. So starting off with the first category, it is animation. In 2020, we had the glow-in-the-dark Perfect Cell, which I have right there. I do own that pop. Spoiler alert, I do own a lot of the 2020 ECCC pops. There is the Chrome Piccolo. Don't really like that. There's Vegeta eating the ramen noodles, which is pretty cool. The Great Gazoo, which I love that pop. I'm still yet to own it, but that is one I really, really want to have. You have Speed Racer, which is pretty cool. And then in 2021, you have Thundar the Barbarian, Buffed Chopper, that's pretty cool from One Piece, Jackie Chun, which I just received today thanks to DK, the My Hero Academia pop, which has a lot of detail. And then you have Underdog, which is kind of the underdog in this category, I guess you could really say. So, I don't know what year I like better because they're both some really solid pops for animation. I mean, you got your Dragon Ball Z, you have some other animes. This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with 2020 though, because I mean, I own one of those pops actually, but I want to have 2 more of those 2020 pops for animation. Whereas I only own one for 2021 with the Jackie Chun, and I don't know if I'd get any other ones. So I think 2020 takes it. Moving on to the second category, we have DC and Marvel. There's quite a bit of pops here actually. So for 2020, we had that like silver Doctor Doom, which was really, really cool. Gambit, who I love, he's my favorite X-Men. There's the Toad, which had quite a bit of detail. I love the tongue, how it's shaped. That whole head sculpt is really, really beautiful. Then there is that weird kind of, I don't know, battle damage, I guess you could say, Thanos and Zatanna, which is an alright pop actually. And then for 2021, you have Deadman and Spectre, which are both pretty cool for their kind of simplistic design. The Wonder Woman, which is The Deadpool, which I'm real sick of Deadpool, so seeing this was kind of a bummer, but the sculpt is alright, so I guess I can't hate on it too much. And then you have Billy and Tommy from WandaVision, which are so cool. I love this 2-pack, love the show. I mean, there's quite a bit of detail on these pops for being just kind of kid pops. Zombie Morbus, hate the zombie pop, so don't really like that one. And then Spider-Man 2099, which is also a really great pop, one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man. So if I had to compare them, I mean, both years were pretty decent overall. I think 2021 takes it though. I really love that Gambit pop, but I kind of like the Billy and Tommy more. I like that Spider-Man. I just don't like the Deadpool and the zombie pops, but overall I think there's a little bit more hype for 2021 with the DC and Marvel pops. For the third category, we have Disney. There's not too many pops in this lineup, but there's some good ones. So first off, we have Mushu riding the panda. That was a pretty cool pop rides, I guess. And then you have the 3 fairy godmothers from Sleeping Beauty. That's a pretty cool 3-pack. I really enjoy 3-packs, and I think that one is very solid. And then the 10-inch Indiana Jones, which was limited to, what, 2,000 pieces? So that's a pretty cool pop. I'm sure there was quite a bit of hype over that. I mean, there was. Then for 2021, we have the Treasure Skeleton, which is glow in the dark, and it is so sick. I want to get it, but I think it's limited to 4,000 pieces, so will I be able to? That's kind of a toss-up. And then you have the Caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, and I mean, there was some controversy over this because it doesn't have the hookah, which, yeah, I think it should have had that hookah, but it's still a pretty cool pop. I mean, the sculpt looks really awesome. His body's kind of twisted. He has lots of arms and legs, which is really, really great. And the facial expression is also pretty cool in that pop. And then arguably my favorite pop from ECC 2021, which is the Green Ogre from The Adventures of Gummy Bears. This is limited to, what is it, 3,000 pieces, and I need this pop. I really, really want this pop. And then you have Belle, which, I'm not a super huge fan of this pop. It's not the best version of Belle, so it kind of doesn't feel like anything too special. So to compare both years, you only have 3 pops from Disney last year. One one was Pop Ride, one's a 3-pack, and one's a 10-inch. And in 2021, you have 4 pops, one's kind of a deluxe pop, and then 3 are just your standalone pops. This is tough because I do like how they kind of branched out with Disney last year and gave us not just your standalone pops, but Treasure Skeleton and that Ogre are 2 pops that I really, really want. Unfortunately, they're limited pieces, but it does give 2021 the advantage in this category. For the 4th category, we have games, and honestly, this is a no-brainer here. For 2020, you have the Flocked Bulbasaur, the Flocked Charmander, and the Gelatinous Cube, which, if you guys haven't heard my opinion on the Gelatinous Cube, I love that pop. It's so different of a pop. I mean, a head sculpt of a skull, like kind of encased in that gelatinous jello-like substance, was just so cool, and I do own that, and I also do own both of those Flocked Pokemon pops. And then for 2021, we had Diamond Collection Charmander and Diamond Collection Vaporeon. I don't even think I'm going to get those, and I'm sort of a completionist for Pokemon, so that kind of speaks volumes right there that 2020 definitely wins for games. For the 5th category, we have movies. So for 2020, we had a couple of Harry Potter pops, which is cool. Fleur Delacour, I believe that's how it's pronounced. That's an alright pop, and Nymphadora Tonks, that's what it is. Okay, these are both cool pops. I mean, characters that I don't believe we've seen in the Harry Potter lineups before, so that's really cool, and that's what I love about Comic-Con pops, and that's what I wish they would do with Pokemon, is give us pops of a series that we haven't seen before, not just variations, which kind of sucks to see. You have the 2-pack from the Grand Budapest Hotel. I believe there was a super amount of hype over this pop. I haven't watched it, but this 2-pack is pretty cool, and I mean, I'm sure it sold really well because I remember there being quite a bit of hype. Then the Tanker Bug from Starship Troopers, that's a pretty cool looking pop. And then you have the, I believe it's an artist series, Boba Fett. This is one of the cooler artist series, if it is actually artist series. I mean, it's all black besides the Mandalorian logo and the, I guess, rectangles, but it's alright, and we'll get on to why it's a little bit better than a different pop in a sec. So then with 2021, like I was saying, we have this artist series Yoda. Doesn't feel like an artist series pop because he's kind of just green. Like, they basically all they really did was take his outfit and make it green instead of being the brownish, like, tan color that it normally is. But the box looks really, really cool for this, so I can't hate on this pop as much as I have been for the past couple weeks. And then you have Kim Pine from Scott Pilgrim. This pop is really nice. I really enjoy this pop, but it could have been a 3-pack of the new Sex Bomb, and that would have been really, really cool to see, and the hype would have been insane for that. But it's still cool to see another Kim Pine pop. So to compare them, this is tough because you're basing 2 pops from this year compared to 5 pops from last year. I think I'm gonna go with 2021 though, because I would like to have the Kim Pine, and I'm starting to grow on that Yoda a little bit more now that I'm seeing the box compared to the Boba Fett, which is kind of plain. I mean, both pops are pretty plain. Moving on to the 6th category, we have TV. So for 2020, we have Triclops from Masters of the Universe. That's a pretty cool looking pop. I mean, all the Masters of the Universe pops are pretty decent. I mean, they're based off a toy and a show, I guess, so pretty damn cool. And then you have Millhouse, which I love this pop. I really, really enjoy Millhouse. I think it's one of the best Simpsons pops. It just looks great, and I do own that pop. And then you have the 3-pack of dragons from Game of Thrones. I mean, I'm sure for Game of Thrones collectors, this was pretty cool, but we've seen dragons before. 3-pack's alright though, I guess. And then you have Dwight Schrute as the Recyclops. This is really cool. I love this version of Dwight, and just a great pop overall. And then you have the He-Man Slime Pit, which I do have right here, so let's show that off real quick. He-Man Slime Pit. I'm not even a huge fan of Masters of the Universe, but I just really enjoy this pop for some reason. Normally this would be something I hate, but I really, really like this one. Then for 2021, we have Kenny Powers. This is a cool pop. They kind of just took an MLB body and threw a different head sculpt on it, which was very, very smart, and overall I think this pop turned out pretty well. Then you have Diana Revealed from V. This is cool. I love how the skin is kind of torn and you see the reptile underneath, which is just super, super awesome. Then you have the Deep from The Boys. I don't like this pop. It's super, super plain. I don't know, not a whole lot I can say about it. You have Dwight Schrute as Kerrigan, which is super, super cool as well. There's a lot of detail in this pop with the makeup on his face and the eyes. That's really, really awesome as well. So to compare them, I guess let's compare the Dwights first because it's 2 different Dwights. Both are fantastic pops, but I think I like the Recyclops better. It was a better episode, and it's kind of a better pop. Millhouse is really, really cool. I love Millhouse. I own that pop. I own the Slime Pit He-Man. I will own that Dwight Schrute eventually, whereas I'm only going to own the Dwight Schrute from 2021, so 2020 takes it for TV. So now we are moving on to the last category, and that is miscellaneous. And if you've been keeping track, it is now 3-3 for 2020 and 2021, if you consider that in the final end game. So for miscellaneous, we have the Crusader Et, which is a cool pop in the fact that if you were actually at the con, it would be kind of something you could keep to remember the con, but it was a virtual con, so that kind of just throws it out of the window, and then it becomes this pop of like, oh, I bought this online because there was a con. Then you have Sean Kemp. This is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it makes sense. It's the Seattle Supersonics, so, I mean, it's in Seattle, obviously. You have the Green Troll, which is a perfect idea for a pop for Emerald City Comic Con. I mean, with the green theme, why not do the Green Troll? You have the Pez Boy as the Fireman. I love ad icons, so I do love this pop. I'm not a huge fan of the Pez ad icons, though, because I feel like there's starting to become too many of them, but it is ad icons, so I gotta take that into consideration. Harry the Husky, flocked, super cool. Love flocked pops. I love like mascot pops too. I think they turn out great because they just work out perfectly. The Funko headquarters with the Freddy Funko is so awesome. That's a pop I want. I kind of want that to be my first Freddy Funko pop, even though it is a pop town, so can you classify it as just like a Freddy Funko pop? I don't know. But it's really, really cool, and it's a piece of history from Funko, which is super, super neat. Then the Loch Ness Monster, glow in the dark. This was a cool pop as well under the Myths line. Then for 2021, you have Plumpy, which is awesome. I love the retro toys. Loved Candyland as a kid. Still love the game. I mean, so simple, and the characters are so awesome, so why not make them into pops? Plumpy makes a lot of sense being green, and we're pretty glad we didn't just see like a green player piece, which could have been an option very, very easily. Then Boney Tony from the Garbage Pail Kids. This pop is really sweet. There's so much detail. I love how the face is folded back, and then you have the skull, but not only that, you have the brain poking out of the skull. There's just so much going on with this pop in such a little space that it just turned out wonderful. Then you have Grimlock from Transformers, another Retro Toys lineup pop, which is super, super cool. Retro Toys are slowly becoming one of my favorite lineups up there with ad icons, so this is a cool pop. Next up, we have the Squatch from the Seattle Supersonics. This is a great pop as well. I mean, like I said earlier, the con is in Seattle, so it makes sense to do this team. Doing the mascot makes a lot of sense too, because then you don't just have one player, you have kind of the whole team rounded up into one character, which is super, super cool. The only thing that can make this pop better is if it was Flock. And then you have Weedle on the Needle. I don't personally know a whole lot about this guy, but he is pretty cool. I wish this was flocked as well, and again, it makes sense because this book, I believe the author was from Seattle, so that's kind of cool for the history aspect of it. Also, we have Mantenna from the Masters of the Universe lineup. He's got a butthole mouth, pretty cool. Let's compare both years here. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one because I love the Pez Kid. I love the headquarters, but I also really enjoy Plumpy. I like Boney Tony. I like Grimlock. What to do. Sorry, Funko headquarters and Freddy Funko, but I gotta give it to 2021. I mean, I'm gonna get that Plumpy. I'm gonna get that Boney Tony. I might end up getting the Grimlock, whereas there's only 2 pops I'm getting for 2020. Sad to do, because I really love that Funko headquarters. I feel like that is the best pop out of all these pops here, but I think 2021 was better. So honestly, that was pretty crazy. I did not see that coming. I mean, 2020 was a great year for pops for Emerald City Comic Con, but 2021 came out swinging, so I gotta give the edge to 2021 for this, which is better. There's gonna be a lot of pops out of this year that I'm gonna want, and there was a lot of pops I wanted last year because I own a lot of the pops from last year. So Emerald City did pretty good this year. They did pretty good last year. I really love this con overall, but I think so far 2021's been the best. So that's all we have for you guys today. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified when future content like this video gets posted. Also, comment and let me know, was this year not as good as I think it was? Did you like 2019? Did you like 2020? Or do you agree with me? And 2021 was pretty good. Let us know down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Peace in, peace out.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.